What's up guys, and welcome. We're going to be reviewing the Wailing Caverns mini set as it is actually releasing today in just a few hours. I'm going to try to release this as fast as possible. So what I want to do is actually talk about all of these cards. I haven't seen almost any of them, kind of going in completely blind. So let's jump into it with Demon Hunter. We've got first up Sigil of Summoning, 2 mana spell. At the start of your next turn, summon 2/2/2 demons with Taunt. I think this is really powerful. You're getting 4/4 in stats at 2 mana. Obviously, they don't come into play until your turn 3. But, I mean, that's pretty awesome. We see Landscaping for Druid get played. That was obviously a powerful card. And will, I think, be completely content with it. We've seen a lot of these 3 mana, some 2/2/2s. And they're pretty powerful, so I could see it being played. Maybe like some big style Demon Hunter. Next, we've an 8/8, 8 mana, 8/8 Demon, Taint Heart Tormentor. As taunt and your opponent's spell costs 2 more. Kind of similarly, I think this is a good one. That for the large Demon Hunter, if that's an archetype, I would like to see that be an archetype actually myself. So I just look over at the other laptop over there. But I love the disruption. Any disruption like this is pretty cool. It's not super unfair because it is at 8 mana. Maybe there's a way to cheat it out to make it a little more obnoxious for your opponent. But yeah, honestly, I'm gonna give it. I didn't give any stars. I don't have the star ratings up here. I actually got rid of that. I just noticed somehow. But whatever. Other case, I'll give it about 4 stars. I'd give both of them 4 stars. I think they're pretty solid cards. And Fell Rider, 3 mana, 3/2 beast with rush, death rattle, deal 1 damage to all enemy minions. I think it's okay. Yeah, you know, you're getting a little bit of an AoE attack also. But overall, I think it's weaker, the weakest of the bunch. So I'll give it 3 stars. Next, we have Druid. We've got Fangbound Druid, 3 mana, 4/3 with Taunt and Death Rattle. Reduce the cost of a beast in your hand by 2. We've seen a little bit of this, trying to reduce the cost stuff. I think this is a better way of doing it because we're getting beast reduction, Death Rattle with a decent body. You know, not the best, but obviously the card test, so it's not too bad. Beast Druid isn't terrible. I'd give it 3 stars. I think it's okay. Lady Anaconda, 6 mana, 3/7 legendary, and your nature spells cost 2 less. This I'm sure has some use. I can't think of anything too crazy. Druid does have a lot of nature spells, so I could see it being pretty useful. I'll give it the same thing. I think it's an okay card. It's 3 stars. Deviate Dreadfang, 8 mana, 4/9 beast with after you cast a nature spell, summon a 4/2 viper with rush. That's a crazy effect. Obviously, if you get this down and somehow Lady Anaconda lives, and you're able to kind of pop off a bunch of random spells, cheap nature spells, you can get a lot of value out of this card. So this is actually like a card that can win a game, which is crazy for like just a rare. Yeah, I'm gonna give it 4 stars. I don't know if it's gonna break anything because I don't know how likely we're gonna see a bunch of random nature spells. I can't think off the top of my head all of the nature spells. I'm not gonna do that research also right now. So if there's a bunch of like, you know, 1 cost nature spells or less, you'll definitely see this being played a lot. Next, we've got Hunter, which we have Serpent Bloom, a 0 mana spell. Super cute artwork. I love it. Give a friendly beast poisonous. Maybe if we've some sort of, you know, way to do an area effect on a beast that's like a cleave or something, it could be nice. But as of right now, I think it's kind of like a filler card. Sindori Scent Finder, a 4 mana 1/6 with Frenzy. Summon 4/1/1 hyenas with Rush. That's pretty cool. I like the stat line actually. It has a pretty good amount of health. I honestly would like to see this have 7 health though, rather than 6, because you know, we see a pretty good amount of cards that are like 4 mana 3/6, right? And have an effect. So while yes, having this frenzy effect is solid, I don't think it's as good as maybe some other cards. So I'm gonna give it 3 stars. Then finally, Venom Strike Bow, 4 mana, 1 attack, 2 durability bow with poisonous. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty much just killing anything it hits. I think it's okay. You know, not blowing any minds or anything. I'll give it 3 stars. Next, we have Mage. We have Shattering Blast, 3 mana spell. Destroy all frozen minions. Yeah, I get it, but it kind of only works with that one legendary guy from Mage. I feel like that's the best because it's a full board clear. So for 7 mana, you're getting an entire board clear with a 3/3 body. Not a huge fan, honestly. Kind of cold, same thing. You're looking at 6 mana, clear out 3 guys. I feel like you need a little bit more here. I'm gonna give it 2 stars. I think it's pretty meh. Frostweave Dungeoneer, 3 mana 2/3 Battlecry, draw a spell. If it's frost spell, summon 2 1/1 elementals that freeze. So yeah, you build your deck around freezing spells. Draw a spell, you get a 3 mana 4/5 essentially. Really solid stat line. Don't know how much I like this though, as the frost. There are some good frost cards, but I don't want to completely base my deck around frost spells, right? Because I feel like they're not that great. They're good, but you still need your fireballs. You still need that the arcane orb. I think that's what it's called. The 2 mana deals 2 damage and discover a spell. Right? There are just some cards that you need as a mage, and I feel like removing those just makes the mage class weaker. So I'm gonna give it. I'll give it 3 stars just for like experimentation wise. And then Flow Caster, 6 mana 5/5, cost 2 less for each frozen enemy. Ooh, I like it. Yeah. So if you can just freeze 3 minions, you got a 0 mana 5/5. So obviously playing Cone of Cold, that, like I said, that 4 mana 3/3 guy that freezes the board. Anything if you're able to freeze multiple minions. If you have the 0 mana ranked spell also, that will freeze 3 minions at 10 mana. There's a lot of opportunities. I actually think this is a pretty solid card. I'm gonna give it 4 stars. I can see this being played a lot in kind of like a burn freeze mage, right? Next we have Paladin. Got Seed Cloud Buckler. 3 mana, 2 attack, 3 durability weapon with death rattle. Give your minions divine shield. I like it. I think it's pretty good. Not sure how powerful it is, but I do like it. You can you know, hold off and wait until you get the most bang for your value with divine shields. I think it's solid. I'll give it 3 stars. Judgment of Justice, 1 mana secret. When an enemy minion attacks, set its attacking out to 1. I also like that too. I think it's a solid secret. I'll give it like 4 stars because Secret Paladin's pretty nutty. And then finally, Party Up, a 7 mana spell, summon 5 2/2 adventurers with random bonus effects. So the adventurers are up here. We've got, they're basically all just random 2 mana 2/2 guys with Taunt, Divine Shield, Spell Damage, Poisonous, Wind Fury, Lifesteal, Stealth, and Rush. Yes. I think it's okay. I don't know how to judge that. It's so random though, right? Could be almost anything. So I think it's kind of meme-ish. I'll give it 2 stars. Alright, on to Priest, we got Devout Dungeoneer, 3 mana 2/3 with Battlecry, draw a spell. If it's a holy spell, reduces cost by 2. Now Priest, I think there's a chance that you could have more holy spells than not. You could probably build it around, so I think this is a little bit better. I'll give it 4 stars. Against all odds, a 5 mana holy spell. Destroy all odd attack minions. That's pretty cool, especially you can manipulate it with the Wave of Apathy. So for 6 mana, you can kill off the board. Obviously, the only negative is this is killing any of your odd attack minions also. So I think it's solid though. I'll give it 4 stars. Lyric of Anshi. 1 mana 1/2 battlecry. If you restore to health disturbed, discover a spell from your deck. Okay. So it's basically battlecry and draw a specific card from your deck. As long as you've healed. Yeah, I think that's pretty versatile. I could see it being played for sure. Priest is definitely kind of like in this funky, reactionary kind of playstyle right now. So I think you can utilize a hold card until you heal and play this. So I think it's pretty solid. I give it 4 stars. On a row, we got Water Moccasin, 3 mana 2/5 beast with stealth and has poisonous while you have no other minions. That is pretty nutty, stat-wise, right? I mean, a 3 mana 2/5 in general is just good stats. Then on top of it has stealth, and then if it's the only minion on the board, it has poisonous. I like this a lot. Like, I could see this being played in most rogues, especially if like you're just kind of hanging out waiting. You could play this guy, kill off your other minions, and all of a sudden gets poisons to kill off a really big dude, right? A lot of versatility, a lot of ways to play around with it. I'm gonna give it 4 stars. Shroud of Concealment, 3 mana spell, draw 2 minions. Any played this turn gains stealth for 1 turn. Okay, so I'm guessing it means only those 2 minions from what you draw. That's cool too. Can definitely utilize that to your advantage. I would have to experiment with it. I like Rogue a lot, so I'll be trying that out. And then finally we got our last one. And I'll give it 3 because it's like experimental, right? So 3 stars for Shroud of Concealment. Then Savory Deviate Delight. 1 mana spell, transform a minion in both players' hands into a pirate or stealth minion. Yeah, that's a weird card. I have to like, I don't even know what stealth minions are in the game. It's like not in my brain at all. I'd have to really like do some research on that. As of right now, I'm gonna say this is a combo disruptor though, so it could be useful. Overall though, I'm gonna say it's probably pretty meme-ish, and I'll give it 2 stars. Finally, we're moving on to Shaman. Shaman had a rough moment. Shaman's been getting a few buffs with patches, so maybe this will boost it up a little bit more. Primal Dungeoneer, 3 mana 2/3 battlecry. Draw a spell. If it's a nature spell, also draw an elemental. Yeah, this could easily be manipulated into your favor. I feel like elementals and nature spells go pretty well together, so I like it a lot. I'll give it 4 stars, possibly even 5, depending on how well it plays out. Perpetual Flame, 1 mana spell, deal 3 damage to a random enemy minion. If it dies, recast this. Nice. So I don't know if when you recast it you get the overload again, but basically you can clear an entire board with 1 mana if they're small enough, right? It's just the negative of, are you overloading every time it's recasting? That's the only thing I don't know. So just because of that, I'm gonna give it 4 stars. If you don't overload, this could be a nutty card, like 5 stars easy. Then finally we have a Wailing Vapor, 1 mana 1/3 elemental. After you play an elemental, gain 1 attack. Yep, any 1 mana 1/3 with a bonus perk to it is solid. This will be played in probably every Shaman. Especially being that I see this elemental nature Shaman becoming a thing. I'll give it 5 stars. Warlock, Unstable Shadow Blast, 2 mana spell, deal 6 damage to a minion, excess damage hits your hero. So a cheaper version of the piercing shots, instead it's hitting yourself. So you almost want to hit something that has exactly 6 health. Really interesting. Like it a lot. Super versatile, super great. I'm gonna give it 5 stars. I think it's real solid card. Final Gasp, 1 mana spell, deal 1 damage to a minion. If it dies, summon a 2/2 adventurer with a random bonus effect. Oh, we've seen stuff like this, and I think it's a solid option for, you know, maybe replacing Mortal Coil or whatnot. Not sure if it's going to be as amazing. I feel like drawing a card is a little bit better, but I'll give it 4 stars. Sealer of Souls, 4-mana, 2/6 demon. After you draw a card, changes cost to health. Changes cost to health instead of mana. Oh, okay. I gotcha. So basically, you can play whatever you want. If you draw a card, you can play whatever you want for your health instead of mana. Okay. Took a minute to get that through my head. I don't know why. Definitely could be very useful. Big power swing plays. I would say this has to kind of live, or you have to play this on like turn 6. And on top of that, how much damage are you willing to take? I would say there's experimentation to be had here. I'll give it 3 stars. Warrior, we have Mana Arms, 2-mana, 2/3 Battlecry. If you have a weapon equipped, gain +1/+1. Yeah, I mean, 2-mana, 3/4 is solid. I can definitely see that being played. How likely are you to have an early weapon on turn 1? We do have, obviously, the Wheatstone Hatchet right next to us, but I mean, it makes it so it's not terrible to play a little bit later on. Obviously, the best case scenario is that you get this Hatchet on turn 1. I'm going to give it 3 stars, though, for now. But let's move on to Wheatstone Hatchet. 1-mana, 1/4. After your hero attacks, give a minion in your hand +1 attack. That's not bad. Be versatile. I could see some play, especially with the rush guys. I think it makes it useful. So I think it's okay. I'll give it 3 stars. Crush, Lord of Turtling, 6-mana, 3/9 legendary. Frenzy, gain 8 armor, and Death Rattle, equipped to 2/5 Turtle Spike. So that's obviously just a weapon. That's a really solid card, I think. I like the stats for 6 mana. Frenzy, really likely to happen. As you know, 9 health is really hard to deal with, and then on top of that, you're getting a weapon. This to me is like a 5-star card. You'll definitely be seeing a lot of this if Warrior comes into play. Finally, moving on to our neutrals, last 5 cards, we got Mutinous the Devourer, 7-mana, 4/4 legendary Murloc. With Battlecry, eat a minion in your opponent's hand, gain its stats. So another counter disruptor. I like that. And possibilities are kind of endless. Bad thing is, you can have a 7-mana 6/6. That would feel bad. But in reality, I think it almost doesn't matter too much, because if you're eating one of their minions in their hands, you're taking a card away from them too. So this is a pretty strong card, guys. I think this might be a 5-star card. I can see this being played quite often, especially if you're seeing a lot of slower decks. If it's aggressive, if it's an aggressive meta, you will not see this. But if not, if it's mid-range or slow, this card has a lot of use. I'll tell you that. Anyways, next we have Arch Druid Narlex. 3-mana, 3/3 dormant for 2 turns. While dormant, add a dream card to your hand at the end of your turn. Yeah, so 3-mana, 3/3 plus getting 2 dream cards that early on in the game is super powerful. I think it's a 5-star card. This, I think, is going to be played the most in the entire set, just from what I'm seeing. This is nutty. Moving on, we got Devouring Ectoplasm, 3-mana, 3/2 Death Rattle, summon a 2/2 Adventurer with a random bonus effect. I think this is the best Adventurer card I've seen, as the Adventurers aren't the greatest, but having a 3-mana 3/2 and then you get a 2/2, so basically it's a 5/4 for 3 mana. Really good stats plus an effect. I think this is going to see some play. I'm going to give it 4 stars. Selfless Sidekick, 7-mana, 6/6. Well, Battlecry, equipped a random weapon from your deck. That's also powerful. I would say if I were to play this, I would definitely skew it into being a more heavy-ended weapon deck. So that's me. I'll give it 3 stars, though. It's kind of expensive, so who knows. And then Meeting Stone, 1-mana, 0/2. At the end of your turn, add 2/2 Adventurer with a random bonus effect to your hand. I think this is kind of trash. Then you have to play the card for 2 mana, and could be something that's the greatest. Not my biggest fan. Overall, I think it's a pretty solid set. $15 or 2,000 gold. I think it's definitely worth it. I'm going to be buying this as soon as it goes live. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Have a great one. I will see you in the next video.